The IDA Finance Committee meeting to order. It is August 20th at 9:05 a.m. I'll stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Rachel Silverman here. Michael Ham.
Here.
Steve Kelly.
Here.
Joe Ferraro.
Here.
Randall Leverett.
Here.
Trevor Kerwin.
Here.
Costu Paul.
Here.
All right. We don't have any minutes to approve, so I guess we just skip that. Public comment on agenda items only. Executive session. I am gonna ask. Right. Oh, I started with. Thank you. Got it. Listen. Executive session. So we're gonna start with executive session to discuss personnel matters.
Do you need a motion for that?
Motion.
Which form of personnel matter, please? Employment history, credit history, medical history, particular person or corporation.
Particular person.
I move that
Employment
we
history, medical history, or credit history.
Sorry, employment history.
Thank you.
move that we go into executive session for the discussion of personnel history
Yes.
of a particular individual.
Yes. I think you already had them.
Motion.
Seconded, right? I did, yeah.
Motion second.
Aye.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Excellent.
What do you need, Rach?
I need
How long?
to clear the house.
How long do you need?
No, probably half an hour.
2 minutes.
Give us 5, Bill.
All right.
Just jinxed us all.
Yes.
Sorry. We have one correction for the record. Our executive session discussion was related to matters leading to the employment and promotion of a particular person, not history. And now can I get a motion and a second to recommend to the full board that we approve a change to the executive director's
So
compensation?
moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody. And now a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
I'm just gonna get a sign.
All right, so now we're going to move on to UCCRC. Good. So I'm going to call to order the UCCRC finance meeting at 9:22 a.m. Roll call again. Rachel Silverman here. Michael Ham.
Here.
Costubal.
Aye.
Joe Ferraro.
Here.
Trevor Kerwin.
Here.
Randall Everett.
Here.
Steve Kelly.
Here.
That's a different order. Approval of the minutes. We have no minutes to approve. Public comment on agenda items only. We have nothing. Executive session. If we need an executive session, we do not. Any old business? All right, new business. So Hillary, do you want to share the resolution?
I
Or
will actually
revised?
kick it to Shannon, if
Mhm.
that's
Do
okay.
you want
Absolutely.
to share our revised resolution?
Sure, so this new resolution is related to the Woodland Pond project. At this point, there have been some changes to the application. They've submitted an amended application. We've held a new public hearing. And the board is ready to consider a new seeker resolution and a new bond resolution, but pursuant to the Public Authorities Law, the Finance Committee is required to recommend any issuances of debt by the CRC. So this resolution is a supplemental resolution to recommend that the full board consider the bond resolution, which would authorize a higher amount of bonds for the project.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Roll call vote?
You want to do a
Yes.
yes? Rachel Silverman, yes. Michael Ham?
Yes.
Costubal?
Yes.
Joe Ferraro?
Yes.
Trevor Kerwin?
Yes.
Randall Everett?
Yep.
Steve Kelly?
Yes.
All right, motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Is this on?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's on.
Okay, I'd like to call to order the August 20th, 2025 Ulster County Industrial Development Agency meeting. So can we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we'll have a quick roll call. Michael Ham here, Rachel Silverman, Stephen Kelly,
Here.
Joseph Ferraro,
Here.
Randall Leverett,
Here.
Trevor Kerwin,
Here.
and Costa Well.
Here.
Thank you very much. The mission statement of the Ulster County Industrial Development Agency is to advance the job opportunities, general prosperity, and long-term economic vitality of Ulster County residents by targeting tax incentives, bonding, and other assistance to foster creation and the attraction of new business and the retention and expansion of existing business. In front of you, you will have the minutes from the July 16th regular board meeting on page 3. I ask that you review them, and then I will accept a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Public comments, agenda items only. Nothing at this time. Executive session, none is necessary at this time. The chair's report. Once again, we continue to meet with a lot of clients, people coming in, potential applicants. We're moving ahead in the right direction. We're seeing a real good flow coming in. The executive director will have a great report on that. She is doing a tremendous job. And once again, as I always say, I never like to steal her thunder. So let's go straight to the executive director's report.
All right, thank you, Chair. So I just thought I'd switch it up this month, and we'll start with projects. So as Mike mentioned, the IDA continues to hear from a wide range of projects, and we'll continue to bring applications to the board for review and anticipate probably a few additional applications coming in, before the end of the year. So we're excited about that. And then just with that said, we also continue to field general economic development calls that come before us, and we work in partnership with our local economic development entities to ensure that anyone reaching out to the IDA has access to the right resources depending on those project needs. So with that being said, just following up with some community outreach that we continue to work on. As mentioned, we continue to be available and accessible, having those, larger economic development conversations region-wide. Some things are happening, which is exciting. We participated in a meeting with New York's Quantum Consortium, and so they're looking kind of at the Mid-Hudson region and, where do we kind of fit into that conversation about development of quantum computing. And so that's kind of an exciting thing that's happening here in New York State. And I think they mentioned that New York has one of the most robust kind of organized entities for quantum development. So we're excited to see what happens here in the Mid-Hudson Valley with that, and we'll keep you posted. We're also continuing to participate in the development of the region-wide proposal for the New York State Economic Development Office Achieves grant. So we had mentioned that last month, and so once that is kind of decided and finalized, we'll let you know and keep you posted on the submittal process for that. So we're excited that Ulster County is part of that. And that additionally, this month, we made a report to the Ulster County Legislature's Economic Development, Arts, and Agriculture Committee, and just give them an update of the status of recent projects that have been before the IDA. They didn't have any specific questions for members, but, we again make ourselves available to them. So if there's anything you'd like us to share with the legislature, please let me know. I'd be happy to do that. I kind of just want to switch really quickly to two other matters that likely a voice vote, Shannon, or not, kind of just depending on, I'll let Shannon kind of lead that. But we have two invoices that have come into the IDA. One is for our 2025-2026 Ulster County Chamber of Commerce membership. It's $440 to rejoin that. as well as our membership dues for the Ellenville Worsing Chamber of Commerce are $75. So I think financially we can move ahead, but really looking to the board, do we want to rejoin these committees?
Yes.
Yes.
Can we get a motion to?
So moved.
Second.
All right, awesome. So then I will all in favor, I'm assuming.
Aye.
Yeah.
All in favor.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and renew our memberships. And again, as board members, you know, if you'd like, you can sign up right on their website to kind of get notifications, and please feel free to attend any of the chamber events. If you'd like to attend a breakfast, just let me know. Those, I believe, are about $25 or $30. I'd be happy to sign you up. I could also, do you want me to do it now, give updates on the CD and the escrow accounts, or I can
You
do
want to
that?
wait till finance? You want to
Sure,
just do
we
it,
can
and
do
then
it
you got it in your report?
I have it just in my
Oh, so
report.
go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay. So just so everyone knows, I know we had discussed at the last meeting shopping the rates for the CDs, and I think as Mark had mentioned, finding banks that can collateralize and accept municipal deposits proved rather difficult. However, M&T was able to come back at a higher rate than they initially quoted us at 3.95%. Between me being on vacation, Tom from the bank, and Mike's vacation, we haven't rolled those over, but I think if we could, just to kind of close the loop, get a voice vote on that, and that way we can.
Can we get a motion to move the CDs into a new rate?
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great. And then just, I come up when we reviewed our Q2 financials, questions about the escrow account. So that has proved to be quite the fun rabbit hole that Natalie and I have been slowly tumbling down. But we were able to work with BST, find some dates, narrow down dates of those deposits, find the deposits, you know, and kind of figure out what those deposits were for. And now we're just going through kind of itemized receipts during that time to reconcile the accounts. And then once those have been reconciled, anything remaining, depending on how that money was collected, will either likely have to be returned to you know, the person that made the deposit, or it can be moved into our checking account. So we're just kind of, I would say, halfway through that process. It's one of those things, it's like you kind of got to look through every single receipt, because until you found them all, you can't really finish reconciling it. But it learned a lot about the IDA, I would say, through this process. And so, however, we anticipate this being done well in advance of our budget for going into 2026, and should have that, so we're not bringing anything into the new year. And then additionally, just, you know, I am meeting with Mark on the 26th to kind of map out a draft budget, to have it for you guys for next month. And we anticipate having a budget ready for ABO on time for the October 30th deadline. So, and that is all I have. Any questions?
Thank you, Hillary.
All right.
Always a good report. So we'll go to committee reports. We'll start with audit. Steve?
Okay, the Loki Grill report starts on page 9. I'm pleased to report that all of the projects were 100% compliant.
Look at this. That's tremendous. That's it, Steve?
That's it.
Okay, thank you. Finance, Rachel?
So the finance report is that we are going to seek a motion to approve a recommendation from the finance committee that we increase the salary and compensation in general for our executive director. So I get that motion.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Excellent. And we've already covered the escrow and CD updates.
Okay. Thank you, Rachel. Governance, Costu.
Yes, sir. I'll be quick. As suggested last meeting, we will have a meeting, and we did. We discussed a few administrative matters, which included fee schedule changes, also a change to the current application where we want the applicants to include a summary project profile, so it's helpful to the board members. And then also we are reviewing one matter which is related to procedures, which we will follow up on. Other than that, there's nothing else to report. We also did discuss in an executive session the employee matter we just discussed. That's the update, sir.
Fantastic. Thank you, Costu.
Thank you.
Okay, into old business. Old business status. Oh, go ahead.
Dude,
What's the matter?
I apologize. So with the fee schedule guidelines, I think we were just looking to confirm that, and then the plan was, if everyone was kind of okay with these changes, we would have council draft a final.
You want to quickly walk through the?
You want to go through that? You
I
want to go through the draft?
mean, I can do it really
No,
quickly,
yeah, you can do that.
and this way council can draft the final draft for
Yeah.
approval. Okay, so so just to highlight a few changes that we were looking to do was under just remove some old language that was related to policies that no longer exist. So you'll see those kind of, in theory, redlined. I know they're gray lined on this copy. But under project fees, we were looking occasionally, we get calls about projects that maybe are not seeking the full menu of incentives or under $100,000. And so we wanted to have, in our policy that the IDA can amend this fee at its sole and absolute discretion. So if there was a question of the fee, depending on the nature of the project, that the board and the board only would have the discretion to review the fee. We also wanted to make it very clear in our project fees that the applicant is also expected to pay all costs incurred by agency counsel and any special counsel should there be a lawsuit or anything like that. We wanted to make sure that that was clear. And then if you kind of skip over to page 14, we wanted to update our administrative fees for post-closing modifications and amendment transactions. And the thought here being that depending on the nature of the request, we felt that the $500 starting point was still relevant. However, if there is something more complex, or I think the landmark is a good one, that's something that we're still kind of trying to work through, that the agency may charge an additional administrative fee not to exceed 15% of the total of other costs incurred. So typically that's going to be costs of our counsel, and so that our administrative fee would kind of mirror that increase. So we would look like if it's $1,000 from counsel, we would add like $150 to the bill that they've incurred from us in order for us to handle that matter. And then from there, we also looked at our reoccurring annual fees, and while for the most part we weren't really necessarily looking to make any significant changes here, for larger projects over 25 million, we were looking to increase that annual fee from $1,500 to $2,000. And then coming to the late fees, which again, this formatting of this was giving me kind of a hard time, so I apologize. So that's on page 16. Increase some of the late fees. This is really where we have the hardest time. Again, as I've probably mentioned many times to everyone, is that our late fees are there in order for us to ensure an on-time Paris filing. So we wanted to increase the penalty for late submission. And then the other thing we do is if projects do incur a late fee, we then end up chasing them for late fees, which is also kind of frustrating for us. It takes a lot of administrative time between myself, Natalie, and BST. So typically how we do this, just to kind of give everyone a refresher, is we have that before governance in order to kind of charge them a late fee, and then from there we issue them an invoice. So we'd like to see, once that invoice is issued, that it get paid, and then if it's not paid on time, it accrues interest to kind of enforce the payment of the late fee once it's been assessed. And those...
So I have a question for council probably. On this, where we're changing the late fee, okay, that has been a struggle forever. Okay, we have certain people that are, repeat offenders. Yeah. How's that? Okay, and it does. It holds us up with ABO and Paris filings, and it doesn't look good for us. So should we instead of just changing this policy or this piece of language here, should we issue this out to all current clients? Should they all receive this?
Pass it, of course.
Because you know what it is. Here's what I've dealt with this before as governance chair back in the day, is that, you know, we had no understanding of this, or we didn't know. So I think maybe we should get this out to everybody so they have it. We have it on record. It was sent.
If we pass
We should
it,
send an update memo. If we're passing it, everybody
Yeah.
should know, yeah.
Yes.
Well, the late fees are also included in the letter that they get annually.
Yeah.
So they get it every year. So.
Well, I'm just trying to.
It'd be okay to
extra-
proactively.
I'm going
do it.
above and beyond here.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, is it
goal here is to
also,
not have
is it,
anybody pay any late fees.
yeah, but is
Yeah.
it also part of the documentation when we approve the
Yep.
pilot?
Absolutely,
It should be
yes.
part of it. It should be one of those things that they sign and hand back to us so that
Yeah.
they can't say they haven't read it.
Oh yeah,
How
it's
many
there.
times have we gotten that?
And I call them. It's
I don't
not
know.
as
We'll
though
have
we
to ask
don't
counsel.
try.
Oh no.
So, yeah, so the late fees, and we'd like those to accrue interest, because right now if they don't pay it, we just chase them, but there's no interest on
It's
that.
not. We don't want to collect their money and
No.
be punitive. We just want you to report on it.
Yeah,
That's it. That's all we
exactly.
really want.
Otherwise, we're late for Paris.
Yeah.
Right. That's
Yeah.
the issue.
That's the issue.
That's the main
Yes.
issue because if we're late for
96% of
Paris-
everybody we deal with does it.
Yeah.
You know, so
Now, I have a question for 13 and the transfer of ownership of an existing project.
Yeah, I haven't incurred that, so I didn't really touch it, but go ahead.
When the transfer of the project is done, remember we had the thing in Chicago where they were like, oh, yeah, we want to buy this, but we're not responsible for the employees and we don't want to remember
Yes.
that. Remember that? And
Yeah.
so are we making sure that they know that they're not just buying the structure, but they're buying all the obligations that belong to that, and they've got to file reports
your vendor numbers.
for the people that, they have to keep those people and the numbers that they promised, that somebody else promised.
Yeah.
Because that was an issue.
We dealt with that not too long ago in the distant past here. We dealt with that with Golden Hill.
Right.
On the transfer of the sale.
But remember the one from Chicago, and we
The
won
Chicago
that
one
conference
was ugly.
call, and
That was an ugly one.
They were
Yeah.
like, I just want the building. It's not my employees. I don't.
You know, one thing about it is that the beauty of this is too, people tend to forget about the clawback.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So that's going to fall into that clawback, which nobody wants to do that either. We just want to bring everybody to the table and get everybody on the same page. But we do have something in place for that. So I think that's our last resort. Well-
Yeah, it's on
Well, it's on
13, but
yeah.
it's not amended. But I do have a question, Chair. Randall does bring a good point. So is it our responsibility to make sure, or is it theirs? To me, it's their responsibility.
It's their responsibility.
Right, but
The applicants.
they don't, because
Joe
If they
and
don't-
Chris have dealt with this already.
what you end up having, they don't work here anymore, and I don't know who was supposed to do this, and why weren't we? Nobody told me
Oh,
I
that's
had
okay.
to file
However,
this.
it's still their
So
responsibility.
what? It's still.
It's not.
Yeah, but
our
they-
choice. No, I
Right.
understand what you're saying.
It's
He's
their
saying- Randall's
responsibility.
pretty much saying if you don't spell it straight out, it's your responsibility to report all numbers for.
Even if you change employees, or the person who was doing it moved jobs and doesn't tell you about it.
Yeah, the transfer
You're-
is a complete package.
Well,
Yes, it's their due diligence
Yeah.
requirement.
It
not
happens.
our- Yes, it happens. I understand.
and
All
we deal with that's a regular thing that we deal with. So we send this out via mail, we send it out via email. We ask them to confirm receipt of it. If we don't hear from them within a reasonable time frame, we start calling and reaching out to make sure that someone has received that and they understand. So the change in staffing happens regularly, and we do try to make sure that we want to file an on-time Paris. So we make sure that if we're not hearing back from you that you're on this, we're going to follow up with you. So that's less of an issue. I think the issue is, trying to create a disincentive to file late.
There you
That's what
go.
we're trying to do.
That's what it comes down to,
Prioritize.
yeah.
I
That's
have a
what-
quick question on that though, from his council. Wouldn't that show up, this transfer, would that show up in a tax lien search, that if you did the transaction, you'd see
Not the report
it?
on numbers of employees, so, like if they had several different people
Oh,
in
really?
that building.
So you'd
Right?
okay.
Right, for example,
Yeah, right,
if,
okay.
if I had a building and I rented it to 25 different
Right.
people, I had a doctor's office, I had this, I had that, and then I get a new tenant, and they're like, I'm not giving you my employees.
Yeah.
You know? And that's not your business. I'm leasing a space from you. I'm not gonna give you the number of employees for you to report on. And if
And we deal with that. But that's on, as Steve mentioned,
Yeah, the requirements of the, whatever.
It's their responsibility.
it's their responsibility to do that, and we just chase them to submit it. We don't go after the
All right.
individual
Okay.
tenants. Okay. So then the only last thing I just want to mention is special meetings. So right now we have that as a $500 fee. We're looking to increase that just to be reflective of the true cost. We don't want to make it, challenging or cost prohibitive should someone need a special meeting, but in the event that we do have to have one, this is a large undertaking for us to kind of put together, and so we want to increase that to $2,000. So those were the changes we're looking, and I think from there, if the board has feedback or additional things, if not, we would like to be able to direct council to get a final draft.
have we had any special meetings?
We
No.
have not.
Yeah, the only one that I remember, and they happen to be here, is Woodland Pond, because there were some changes that were happening based on the election, and we needed to do some stuff, so that's the only one that,
I mean, I've seen
I
them as I'm
remember.
going through all the itemized bills.
Yeah.
And they are kind of expensive to.
remember
put together.
that, Michelle, when we were trying to get the bond rate locked in before? So that's the only one that I can recall.
I'm in favor of all these changes, unless somebody has a
Second.
question. So moved.
Aye.
So, Shannon, you guys will move ahead to draft that.
Yeah, so at the next meeting, we'll have, final drafts of all these
Yep.
policies and a resolution
Perfect.
approving.
Please.
the
Perfect.
changes.
Okay, great. Okay, is that it?
Yeah, and I think just an approval of the then project summary cover page. This is just really to make projects a little more easy to look through that application, kind of highlight, so
Motion.
we're good with that. Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, moving ahead. Old business, status of pending project, Shannon?
Sure, so the main change that we made to the status of pending projects is we've added the new project, which you have a public hearing resolution for today, the 151 North Chestnut Holdings LLC. The remainder of the projects are moving forward at a steady pace. Arizona Hudson Valley, we're looking and working with company counsel to draft those documents, and we will kind of proceed as necessary. Chestnut Square Group, New York, you have in front of you a seeker resolution, a commercial findings resolution, and an approving resolution to consider today. The Marlboro Resort project, when we last spoke to them, they indicated that they wanted to potentially close in August or September. So we haven't heard from them. I will follow up, and hopefully we'll have more of an update at the next meeting.
Okay, great. Pending enforcements?
No changes.
So, let's move on to the public hearing comments for Chestnut Square Group, okay, from the discussion on August 4th. So that is,
There's no page.
There is none.
We received no written
No.
comments.
none.
So there was no written comments from the public hearing that was held on August 4th for the Chestnut Square Group. We did receive one comment from Mike Baden, who was the, I think, Building and Planning, Town Planning Board, Village, thank you. Village Planning Board, just stating that they were working with the project applicant on updating their building permits with the town. But other than that, there were no comments received.
Okay, thank you. Shannon, the secret resolution?
Sure, so the secret resolution would be accepting the determination that the the Village of New Paltz Planning Board made, so you're just piggybacking on their determination. They determined that there was no environmental impacts, and they issued a negative declaration, which is attached to the resolution.
Can I get a motion on the resolution?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Roll call vote, quick, right?
Yep.
Michael Ham, yes. Rachel Silverman?
Yes.
Stephen, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
This is approving
Seeker.
the
The seeker.
seeker.
Yeah.
Does that approve the pilot?
No,
No.
Just
no.
approve that we're
Just-
just accepting that they,
Yeah,
Yeah, I got it,
Negative
got it, got it, got it.
okay,
Got
once
it.
again, Michael Ham, yes. Rachel Silverman?
Yes.
Stephen Kelly?
yes.
Randall Everett?
Yes.
Joseph Ferraro?
Yes.
Trevor Kerwin? Costi Wall?
Yes.
Thank you. Commercial findings resolution. You want to take that?
I'll let
Who wants
Shannon
that?
take
Shannon?
it. Yep.
So, yes, pursuant to the reason that we have a commercial finding resolution is, for some background, the general municipal law doesn't specifically identify housing as a project that IDs can undertake. However, the Office of the City Comptroller has issued opinions that indicate that a housing project can be done as long as it's a valid commercial project. Generally, the findings that you need to make a commercial project are, it's generating commerce, it's creating jobs, etc. The determination for that needs to be made by, quote unquote, the local officials. So this commercial findings resolution relies on the Ulster County rental housing study from 2023, which is the most recent copy of that study. They haven't issued one for 2024, and the 2025 one isn't available yet. But that study indicates that there are a decent amount of vacant tenants in the county. Housing projects are necessary in the county to keep employees, keep individuals living in the area. So this resolution determines that this is a commercial project that the IDA can validly undertake.
Thank you, Shannon. So can I get a motion to accept the commercial findings resolution?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Roll call vote. Michael Ham, yes. Rachel Silverman?
Yes.
Stephen Kelly?
Yes.
Randall Everett?
Yes.
Joseph Ferraro?
Yes.
Trevor Kerwin?
Yes.
And Costi Wall?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay, on to the approving resolution for Chestnut Square Group, page 57. Shannon?
So this resolution first indicates that you consider the secret resolution and the commercial findings resolution before this, so those are the other two resolutions you just adopted. And this resolution authorizes you to enter into the straight lease transaction with Chestnut Square, including the pilot and including the other incentives that they have asked for, which are sales tax exemption and mortgage recording tax exemption. They are compliant with the UTEP. We did not do any deviation for this project, and all of the factors that were considered are identified on Exhibit A, which track your policies and the general municipal law.
Okay.
So this is technically the, okay.
Pilot.
Questions?
Got it.
There you go.
No, yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
you heard what I had to say about the project before when they came in.
I wasn't present, so was I for that one?
Yeah, I think
Was
you
I?
were.
Yeah, you were.
I'm sorry.
Yes, you were.
I think
I
it was
don't know.
kind of glowing.
I'm sorry.
This is for Roddy, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, this is Roddy.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was
Apologize.
kind of glowing.
Yep.
But I think I'm going, and I guess council can help me here. My intention is to abstain from voting on this one because I have a, personal relationship with Roddy.
Okay.
And I don't think it would be appropriate for me to cast a vote in that regard, although I think you all know how I
If you want,
feel about
if
the
you want to do
particular
that because you're
project.
uncomfortable with that, that's fine, Dandy. But I've got to tell you something. I don't think he's out of bounds by voting. I don't think it really.
I guess that's the
This
the
isn't
issue.
a legal
No?
conflict. It's what Joe would call a soft conflict. So it's up to
Yeah, it's entirely up to you.
level of comfortability.
Okay. I just wanted to put it out there.
Okay. Well, I'll move ahead with a motion to accept the approving resolution for Chestnut Square.
So moved.
No, you go. I'll
Making the
second.
motion or you're asking for the motion?
He's asking for the motion. You moved it. I seconded it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, take a roll call vote. Michael Ham, yes. Rachel Silverman,
Yes.
Stephen Kelly,
Yes.
Joseph Ferraro,
Yes.
Randall Leverett
Abstain.
abstains. Okay, Trevor Kerwin, and Costi-Well.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. All right. Ask him if he wants to say anything.
Do you guys want to?
Yeah,
You want to say anything?
wanna say
Sorry.
anything?
Yeah, congratulations so much.
Yeah.
That's short and
Congrats,
sweet. We
Ronnie.
like it.
Yes. Thank you.
We like it. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, so moving on to new business, the public hearing resolution on 151 North Chestnut Holdings, page 130.
And they're here to present it.
And they are here to present the project.
Did we hang a sign in New Paltz or something? It's like,
I think Tim must
It's
have
like-
hung it.
You
is
know,
there-
I got to tell you something. When it comes to New Paltz, so we've been getting a flurry of stuff from New Paltz, and I got to tell you something. I want to personally thank the mayor,
Yeah.
Tim Rogers, because he's really pushing people our way, and we love it. And good for New Paltz.
well, it's a definite change of attitude.
Yeah, that's hey,
That's for sure. Let's just
Yeah.
hope the water can accommodate it.
Well, New Paltz is looking very different these days too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, good for
it's a
them.
good thing.
I commend them. Moving
Yeah,
ahead,
shocking.
economic development, good.
As my son would say, it's rad.
Okay, so we're
So we're here, but I think we'd want them to present
Yeah,
the project,
sure.
and then we can consider the resolution.
sure.
You guys
Joe?
can come
Hey.
on up.
Come on up.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us. Assuming by presenting, you mean a general overview?
Yeah, yeah,
Great.
Short and sweet, maybe?
yeah.
So, Nate Caney, Joe Deegan, we are two general partners involved in 151 North Chestnut Holdings, which is an entity created to develop this fine project of 128 apartments, 8,700 square feet of commercial space located at North Chestnut Street, New Paltz, New York. 20 of the units are income constrained, therefore 108 are market. We are in great hopes of commencing construction Q1, Q2 2026, 12 to 14 months to build. So we're up and running Q3, Q4 27. Take a good solid 18 months to stabilize the project. So sometime late 28, we're stabilized and flying and hopefully don't need oxygen masks. That's kind of a short and sweet general overview. I'm happy to dive into anything else. We're very, very excited about it.
What is currently there?
It's currently 2 tax lots. One to the south is an incredibly dilapidated building. It sits on 1.9 acres. The other is a 2.6 acre piece with a single family house. 4.7 acres in total. Oh, I should have mentioned this will be tied directly into the Walk-Hill Valley Rail Trail, which we're really excited about. Note, by the way, these renderings are difficult to get the depth perception. Something I like about the project personally, these buildings are inverted, if you will, slightly. So it creates a little bit of a V here. This is a pedestrian plaza. This is where the 8,700 feet of commercial space is. So we'll service both residents of the village of New Paltz, rail trail users, and apartment dwellers. I'm personally currently wrapping up a project right here in Kingston, the former Daley Freeman building, which we have a direct access to the rail trail. We put Overlook mountain bikes in. A new craft brewing company, Blue Duck Brewing, will be opening hopefully September 4th is their soft opening. We've got 9 tenants in the building total, but I'm a cyclist and I drink beer. So
That's two.
At the same time, Joe?
I've been known to.
Only when he visits North.
So and I'm not casting a shadow. I have no idea that we'll be able to replicate that here, but we certainly would like to take a couple of those tenants and plug and play in this.
We have thought about all the aspects of this project very consciously about how they're going to reflect housing in Ulster County, how it's going to reflect the economy in New Paltz, other projects that are currently in the works, forthcoming migration patterns between people living in New Paltz and moving to other communities in New Paltz, and people moving into New Paltz from potentially other places in Ulster County or other counties. We've also been very, very thoughtful about how to design the layout of the property so that it becomes not only a place to provide housing and retail tenants, which provide jobs, but also a community space through thoughtful design of the common outdoor areas. So the way Joe spoke to the setback of the building and creating nice landscape design and public space, the idea is to have space between the road and the building so that it's usable by the community and it's not empty space. So if we're not creating parking or we're not doing something like that, we want it to effectively be community space. We are very thoughtful about what type of retail tenants we seek to bring in here, so that we're bringing in tenants that are not only trying to survive, but they're part of the growth and the scaling of economics in Ulster County.
Maybe that gives you a better sense.
Yeah,
of
look at
the
that.
Plaza. There's a back green space courtyard in the back, and then here's our tie into the rail trail back here.
The project is located such that you can get directly to it with very little use of road that doesn't already have a bike lane, because you can come from the rail trail that comes down Henry Du Bois, and you can easily access this property. But because we're also adjacent to the rail trail in the back of the property, users who are recreational enthusiasts and living in the community can also access the Shawangunk Bridge without using any roads. But our project will also allow access from cyclists to recreational users on Route 32 or North Chestnut Street to the rail trail, so that it prevents the need to expand and create bike lanes on the road. So we're very proud of the work we've done to be thoughtful about how the project is going to be beneficial to the people living there, but also the community and its economics.
You all talked to Diane Fauci, who's the assessor in the
Yes.
town. Has there been a traffic study? I live in New Paltz. I'm on the town board in New Paltz.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, so, this is interesting.
We're fully through the planning board in New Paltz.
Yeah, well, that's the village, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, understood.
Yes, we met with the assessor. Yes. We had actually, Nate and I had a very, very nice, very positive meeting with Tim Rogers last week.
Yeah, he's the mayor of the village.
And I try to desperately see the world through everybody else's lens. If I'm the mayor of a small town, I'm not necessarily jumping up and down that you're applying for a pilot. He didn't seem to throw daggers at us. He seemed to somewhat embrace us and give us some pointers as to how to kind of marshal the public relations end of this thing down. And I was very pleased walking out of the meeting. I was pleasantly pleased.
We were received very warmly by Tim Rogers and the village planner.
Yeah, they really were.
And they had a lot of really good, very complimentary things to say about the project as it is, and a lot of good advice as to help massage little things along the way and work with both the village and the community to address concerns as we go.
Well, you do know that the village and the town have two different responsibilities here. So one of the concerns that I have is there are two other buildings that are going up in that parcel of 32. It'll cause lots more traffic, but the gift of all of this expansion and growth is that the police department is the responsibility of the town, not the village. So they get recreation fees and this and that and the other and sell you the water, but we get stuck with the bill for police officers and some of the other stuff. So that's something I don't think perhaps he's helped you navigate, because the village is part of the town but the town is not part of the village. So just something for you to think about.
We have thought about that, part of all the other things I spoke about previously, in addition to that, logistically, the location of the property and the appetite for recreational users to live here. We also believe that a lot of the residents in this building they're gonna choose to live here because it's a walkable and bikeable community. So although we're gonna bring in 128 units, it's gonna be park it and leave it sort of thing with the cars, and we're gonna start to see, I think, a lot more walking and biking amongst the community. So I don't think it's going to have an apples to apples kind of impact on the traffic, but it raises a really good question, and we're going to have to see.
People will work, won't they?
Well,
They're
they
not going to
will.
always be riding their bikes. That's generally what happens in the weekend in New Paltz.
We are
Bikers
expecting
and
a
rock
lot of
climbers.
young professionals who may be, certainly not all, but a lot of young professionals who may be remote, either part of the time or full time. You raise very good comments, which we're certainly aware of and following through with, best practices to achieve the best result.
I mean, just again, as somebody who lives there, I have a sneaking suspicion with all that development that's going on there, 32 is going to have to be widened. it's not going to be able to accommodate that traffic.
DOT.
Yeah,
The discussion is already taking place on how that's going to evolve.
and traffic lights.
May I actually stray from that a little bit for a minute, because I understand that those are town and village matters necessarily. May I just ask a few questions on the application itself? If that's okay, if that's time? Yeah. Would you just elaborate a little bit about, you mentioned income restricted, I think?
Yes.
Could you talk about that one? Second, employment. And third, potentially, how have your discussions been with respect to completion of the project as it relates to the town, including any environmental impact that you would have to consider?
I don't understand.
And I can repeat.
Question.
The third question basically being, how is it looking with the town and village, as he's asking, from an infrastructure standpoint, and have there been any discussions?
Well, he's through planning.
Through planning.
And
through planning.
you got a negative declaration
Yeah,
from the,
and have the negative.
so I'm just trying to,
Well, to partially answer that too, which is really confusing, is that he's gone through the village planning board, but the town also has a planning board, and that is not part of the process. That is not part of the process that we go through here, which is kind of odd. So you have a microcosm of the village making a decision that also impacts the town, that the town has no say in it.
So it's really not an issue for us.
Well, no, it's
speak
not,
plainly.
but-
That's exactly what I was asking. I was kind of
But
trying
that's what
to
he's
help them.
asking about.
That's what I was trying to ask, because I want to
Okay,
be clear.
so what
that
we
is not
should do
something-
is
Yes.
we should keep in our lane here.
Correct.
Okay, we're way out of our lane.
Correct.
So,
So I was
mean-
just alluding to that, so you understand that is not something we can weigh upon.
Joe has
So I
been
just wanna
around
bring
a
it up
long
to-
time and done
That's my
tremendous
understanding. I'm
projects.
just trying to be respectful of your question.
No, I'm
Yeah.
trying to assist you in asking that
okay.
question, so
Yeah.
hopefully that's clear.
I think so.
Okay.
Okay.
So go back to you had 3, 1 and 2.
One is basically about the income restricted access that you mentioned.
So an affordable,
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yep.
For 20 units.
affordable assets.
20 units?
Yes.
That's what I didn't hear, sorry.
Okay.
okay.
And how's that going to be made available? Could you please elaborate?
You
Or you haven't decided?
know, we have we'll retain a professional property management
Okay.
company that'll do that.
Okay.
I think, and I don't want to speak out of turn, but my very small understanding in the code in the village of New Paltz on the income constrained units is that they maintain some sort, there's communication that's done with the village, whether they
Yep.
maintain a list.
They have a plan or something.
Yeah,
that they-
so it's part of their village code on how those income constrained units are distributed.
Thank you.
What is it, 20 units
20.
affordable?
And your
Second is more about completion, job opportunities,
by job opportunities.
the full-time employees, and That's
that
in
are
the
gonna
application.
work here.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna have two, one, let's call it senior sales facility manager, one junior, and 3 asset managers. As you may or may not know, raising private equity capital for this and debt and investor relations is a lot of work on the back end.
We're also going to have a full-time property manager, and then the project will also be inclusive of all the vendors who we hire locally to maintain the property.
Yep. No, I noticed
and
that
then,
you're hiring locally.
And then if we take it a step further, what we seek to achieve within the 8,700 feet of retail are scaling businesses in the Hudson Valley that we can expand into New Paltz, who will be additional job providers.
Get potential tenants.
I have a tenant
Tenant
list, which is, pretty thoughtfully curated. So, the goal is to target very specific businesses and try to, bring them into this project and give
So
them.
that's where the
exclusive access.
bakery and other items are in the list?
But those are not counted on the job
No, I
information?
understand. That's what I'm, okay.
Yeah, they're not counted there, but they're contributing factors.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You know,
Yes.
again,
Yeah, we are not holding you to that, but
No, I know, appreciate it. In a perfect world, this commercial space kind of has a built-in 128 unit consumer pool. It has New Pulse and some rail trail activity. So our thoughts are to drive that to complement those 3.
Yeah, one-stop shopping.
And look, something like this, of this scale brings in a lot of other opportunities as well that might not be directly related.
Yeah.
So,
The neat thing too is it's not built.
yes,
So we're saying we're targeting 6 tenants. What could be 4? If somebody comes in and say, "Oh, well, I want to set up this super neat tavern cafe,"
Mm-hmm.
great. I need 3,800 feet. Okay, we snap a blue line on some concrete. Off we go.
Mm-hmm.
This is an LLC, right?
It is.
so just to be clear on my third question, that was simply a leading question such that I can get all the information such that we understand we are not focusing on the town relationships and village relationships.
Appreciate the clarity.
Okay.
And just for your clarity and any board members, is IDAs cannot abate special district taxes either. So,
Yes.
so there may be some, increased costs associated to town or village, but if they're special districts, we don't abate that. So.
Actually, I do have a question. It will be helpful. I thought I read a little bit about. It will be helpful to understand the infrastructure development for the town or the village where it's being built, because I'm assuming you'll be putting a lot of lines, a lot of pipes and access that you
Yes.
mentioned related to the
Kind of
rail
good
trail.
news is
Yep.
Water and sewer right to the site.
Yep.
Right there.
Yeah.
It's
That improvement
couldn't
already.
get,
No, I know. I just want
Yeah.
to make sure we hear it. Yeah.
couldn't get any easier.
Okay.
There'll probably be a lot of fights and domestic disputes. Police will have to come and take care of.
Thanks for pointing
Yeah,
that
thanks
out.
for pointing that
The
out.
town's gonna pay for it. So it's
That's-
Love it. Thank you.
That's
No,
good.
we just-
I like this.
No,
This
we
is
just know that
very
there's-
good.
It's good to be a little sun on that there, so. Okay, anybody else have any questions on the public hearing resolution? I'll move to have a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, should we take a roll call vote on this also, Shannon? Okay. Michael Ham, yes. Rachel Silverman,
Yes.
Stephen Kelly,
Yes.
Joseph Ferrero,
Yes.
Randall Leverett,
Yep.
Trevor Kerwin, and Costa Wall.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Joe, Nate, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
So
Really appreciate your receptiveness. Thank you so much.
moving them ahead to
Public hearing.
public hearing.
Yeah. We'll call you to set that up.
All
Yeah,
right.
All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Good luck.
Thank you, guys.
thank you. Okay. Ready for it? So motion for adjournment.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. You guys want to break for a minute, or you want me to move right in? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to call to order the August 20th, 2025 UCCRC meeting. It is 10:12 a.m. Call to order. So the roll call, Michael Ham here, Rachel Silverman,
Here.
Stephen Kelly,
Present.
Joseph Ferraro, Trevor Kerwin, Randall Everett, and Costa-Walla. Thank you very much. In front of you, you'll have the minutes from the July 16th, 2025 regular meeting on page 3. Please review, and I'll take a motion to accept.
Motion to accept. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Public comment, agenda items only. Nothing. Executive session, none necessary, correct, counsel? Thank you, Joe. Thank you. The chair's report. Let the chair's report from the UCIDA reflect the chair's report for the UCCRC. Executive director's report.
Again, let the executive director's report for the UCCRC reflect the executive director's report for the UCIDA.
Thank you, Hillary. Committee reports, audit? No report. Thank you, Steve. Finance?
Let the Finance Committee report reflect the Finance Committee report from the UCIDA.
Thank you, Rachel. Governance?
Yes, sir. The only additional item that I have, in addition to what we discussed in the UCIDA, is relevant to UCCRC, that we are proposing a bridge fund amount where we will start providing access to bridge the capital towards a grant that has been already received by a not-for-profit organization.
Mm-hmm.
We have not finalized anything. No action has been taken. We have only provided a draft illustrative term sheet, if you may, to opine to and reflect on. Nothing is certain. It is still being worked on. We'll move forward on that. As we finish it, we'll come back to the board and provide an update.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. So we're going to look forward to that. So thank you, Chair.
Thank you. I can add to it if you like, but
You know?
Yeah.
I think that's great work coming out of governance. You guys are doing a good job.
all Hillary.
Okay, old business. Discussion on the public hearing comments from Woodland Ponds. If we received any, did we receive any?
We did not know written or comments were received during the public hearing.
Okay. All right, so the seeker resolution, Woodland Ponds. Shannon?
Sure, so this is an amended and restated secret resolution, so a portion of the project was already reviewed by the Sacred Planning Board, and so when you initially adopted the secret resolution, you piggybacks off of that negative declaration, so this follows that and piggybacks off of the negative declaration again for that piece, and then the increased amount of the bonds are being used to purchase 2 pieces of real property. At this time, we're not aware of any plans for those. My understanding is that the proceeds of the bond are just being used to acquire those pieces of property. So this separately makes a determination that that acquisition and the uses of those proceeds for the acquisition is a type 2, and we would issue a negative declaration for that acquisition.
Is this project in the village or in the town?
You know, I knew somebody was
It's in the village.
It's in the
It's
village.
in the village on land that the town ceded to the village so that it could do it, so that it could tap into water.
Isn't the obvious, like, right in front
Well,
of everybody
but
to
the-
get rid of one or the other? I
No,
mean,
but the,
you know.
No, are you kidding me?
Yeah, there would be no
The village has
controversy.
got-
Are we allowed to
the
talk
Yeah.
about this here?
It's
Yeah.
got free, it's got
Yeah,
free law
combine the
enforcement.
two,
It couldn't be
everybody,
better.
you know. You know, doesn't it take a village to make a town? I
That's
mean,
right.
so on and so forth, but.
No,
Also
our
the way the
village
town,
is the
right?
opposite.
Yeah.
The village has the police and the
Yeah.
town doesn't pay a dime.
Yeah,
in
you
the
know.
state of New York, that's not how it works.
Okay, moving on the resolution. So, can I get a motion to accept the amended and restated seeker resolution for Woodland Pond?
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Roll call vote. Michael Ham, yes. Rachel Silverman,
Yes.
Stephen Kelly,
Yes.
Joseph Ferraro,
Yes.
Randall Everett,
Yes.
Trevor Kerwin,
Yes.
and Costa-Walla.
Yes.
Thank you very much. All right, Shannon, where are we moving on from here?
21.
Page 21. Yep.
Yeah, so the next resolution that we have in front of you is the amended and restated bond resolution. I spoke about this a little bit in the finance committee meeting, but the project applicant submitted a supplement to their application and then followed up with a fully amended application. That application, as I discussed for the seeker resolution, requested for an increase of proceeds to purchase 2 additional parcels of land. So at the last meeting, you approved a supplemental public hearing resolution related to this project. We have since held the public hearing related to the increased amount of the bonds, an increase in the mortgage recording tax exemption amount that's being provided, and a change in the description of the project. We didn't receive any comments at that public hearing, and then this resolution would authorize you to issue the increased amount of the bond, provide the increased amount of mortgage recording tax exemption, and proceed with the project.
Motion.
Questions? Okay, no questions.
Second.
All right, we'll move with a motion to accept the amended and restated bond resolution.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, roll call vote. Michael Ham, yes. Rachel Silverman,
Yes.
Stephen Kelly,
Yes.
Joseph Ferraro,
Yes.
Randall Leverett,
Yes.
Trevor Kerwin,
Yes.
and Costa-Well.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Michelle, thank you. Thanks for coming
Thank you.
every week, it seems, for the last 3 months.
I get to see all my friends.
Thank you.
All my new neighbors.
There you go.
Thanks, everybody.
See ya.
Thanks, Michelle.
Is there any new business? Any new business? Motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Yay, all right.